What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze. We're back with another video, and in today's video guys, I'm going to be doing the True Awakening priority list. In this video guys, I'm going to be giving you my best recommendations for which characters you should be True Awakening of each race. So let's hop into the video and let's discuss. Before we actually hop into the video though, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We've been pumping out the content as of late guys, and I definitely do appreciate all the support. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and with that out of the way, let's hop in and let's talk about it. Now the main reason why I'm making this video now is because my free-to-play account here, which I'm going to show you guys right here, actually finally has enough materials to make at least one True Awakening character. So now I'm thinking like, okay, because I'm able to do it now on my free-to-play account, I finally got enough materials. Let me show you guys. Let's go to a human because I have enough for human specifically. But yeah, I finally have enough of the materials here, and all I would need to get is the True Awakening coins, which you can get by exchanging Super Awakening coins. Now, in terms of who you should be, True Awakening though, guys, this is going to be my priority for each race in the game, and who I actually recommend you guys should True Awaken. Alright guys, so what we're going to do here in this video is I'm going to go through every single race in the game, and I'm going to give you guys my recommendation for each race in terms of which character you should be True Awakening. Now, starting with the Demon race here guys, my recommendation for the #1 character you should True Awaken is going to obviously be Demon King Meliodas. You guys know this is one of the strongest characters in the game, and my main recommendation for True Awakening, and the main reason why I think it's valuable for Meliodas specifically, is because he is a character that works alongside 7 Deadly Sins allies and demons. So let's say you're like kind of building for like a 7 Deadly Sins team, right, or even a demon team. I think Meliodas is obviously the main DPS on that team and the biggest threat that the enemy needs to take out. Now remember, True Awakening is something in the game that actually does provide damage reduction. It is a 10% damage resistance buff in your substats now, so you get 1000 CC and you get damage resistance. That's gonna make it so you are a little bit more tanky than you normally are, and that could definitely be super beneficial for Demon King Meliodas. And so that's my #1 recommendation on the demon side of things. Now, in terms of other honorable mention characters, I think you could definitely True Awaken. I think Demon King is another good option as well himself, obviously the Tyrant Demon King, and he's obviously still a staple on the demon team in general. Very good character for PvE still, right? Definitely a very strong character in that, right? And I think, he has a lot of longevity, I would say, Demon King, even though he does have the damage cap, and it is kind of getting countered right now by the Arthur team with Infect. I think in PvE, the damage cap is really, really nice to tank. I think he's a really good Heroes Arena unit. So I think overall, like, even though Demon King might fall off in the PvP side of the game, I think PvE could be pretty beneficial. And if you want that extra stats in PvE, Tyrant Demon King might be your next character that you could True Awaken on the demon side of things. Now, in terms of any other demon characters, guys, it's kind of hard to say. Other than these two demons, like none of the other demons are like super insane, right? You could maybe say like LR Lost Vein, I guess, right? I think he's another like fairly good option. But I think right now, these are the two I would recommend as the top two you should True Awaken. None of the other ones are like super insane, so I think these are my recommendations. Now, moving on to the next race here, we got Giant. So Giant is going to be kind of a given here, guys. The one character that I would recommend for you guys is going to be Queen Diane. Now, the main reason why I recommend Queen Diane is because she, first off, is a 7 Deadly Sin, so that means she works alongside, the Sins characters. So, Meliodas, Merlin, Bond, Escanor, Gulther, right? There's just a bunch of really, really strong and viable characters in the game. She's going to be very, very strong alongside them. Now, this is really up to you in terms of which Diane you want to do, though. You have the option between, this Queen Diane and then also the green Queen Diane. Now, it's really up to you in terms of which one you're going to True Awaken. I would recommend this one over the red one, but if you only have one or the other, then obviously just do the other one, right? So like, let's say you don't have the green Queen Diane, I definitely do red. I think she is very, very good still, and regardless of it, I think she would benefit from the damage reduction. So she's gonna be my, obviously my #1 here, or either this one as well. So if you have this Queen Diane and you have the red one, I would say the green one. But regardless, guys, Queen Diane's gonna be the main recommendation here because she's such a good character, being able to taunt, right? She also provides, at least the green one, she provides attack related stats and basic stats for the team. Like, that's obviously very, very good. And then when we look at the red run here, she's just really good because she can take a ton of damage and still dish out a ton of damage while giving your team damage reduction. She builds up a ton of damage dealt. So just a very, very good character, guys, overall, and would be my Giant recommendation. Now, I don't think there's any other Giants really I would recommend other than that. because there's no other really good ones, guys. I mean, look at this like lineup here, right? Not too many good characters here that we could True Awaken, and my recommendation honestly is only really Queen Diane right now, man. Either the Queen Dianes, maybe do both Queen Dianes, right? Like if you do the first one, go for the second one next, I guess, right? Because I just don't know. I mean, you could maybe say Scotty or like Summer Diane, or even like Matrona, let's say, right? But like there's no like use where you would need True Awakening for those characters. For Valentine's Diane, you would definitely want it because in PvP she's a staple on the Sins team, and even for PvE she would definitely benefit from the damage reduction. Same with this Queen Diane as well, because she's still like a viable character in that in that content. So yeah, man, across PvP and PvE. So there you go, guys. That's going to be the giant characters right there. Let's move on. We have humans. Okay, humans is going to be a kind of a tough one, right? Because we got a lot of human characters that are very, very strong. We also did have brand new Chaos Arthur release. But guys, my #1 recommendation for True Awakening on the human side of things is going to be Transcendent Bond. Now, this might be a hot take from me, but I think this is the most valid character to do it for. And the main reason why, guys, is because he has a lot of viability on a lot of teams. Remember that Bond works with 7 Deadly Sins characters, fairy allies, and human allies. So that gives you 3 different teams where you can run Bond on, and he will benefit across all 3 of those teams. Now, Bond is still a meta character on the Sins team, so, you know, True Awakening him for that is definitely a good idea. But also, Bond is a meta character on the human team, so you guys see where I'm getting at? Like, you can really True Awaken this character and decide whether you run humans or Sins, and you can still get him True Awaken. So I think Transcendent Bond is my #1 pick, I would say, from the human side of the things, just because he has such viability with like all these other human characters, and even the Sins and the fairies, which is a lot of characters you can use him with, which is why I actually would give it to him. Now, obviously, Chaos Arthur is going to be another character you definitely would want to do it for, guys. You know, he would definitely benefit from the damage resistance too, because he is a character that does provide taunt. So if you make it for Arthur, I mean, you definitely could. I think Arthur's another really good character you could do it for. But if in my recommendation, honestly, I'm gonna give it to Transcendent Bond. But I think Chaos Arthur is a #2. So if we had to rank it for humans, I would say it would be Bond, Arthur, and then we could talk about the Escanors, right? We could do either LR Escanor, you could do Ultimate Escanor. I feel like it kind of depends where you kind of feel on that. Also, I think Roxy would be in that kind of, you know, idea as well. But again, guys, we got to think about like what are we really, you know, using True Awakening for? It's for that damage resistance and also for our PvP teams because we want to out-CC, right? So obviously it would benefit LR Escanor a lot more because he's kind of the staple on the human team and definitely would benefit the most. So yeah, that's going to be my recommendation for humans. So Bond, Arthur, and then like the Escanors, right? It's really up to you. So that's what I would say right there for humans, guys. Other than that, I mean, you know, not really too many other characters, right? So yeah, I mean, I guess obviously too, like you would do your full PvP team for humans, so eventually you'll do, you know, like Red Roxy as well. But guys, this is a priority list. This is the characters you want to prioritize first, remember. So there we go, man. That's going to be the human side of things. Moving on to the fairy characters. Which fairy character should you True Awaken? Now, I made the mistake on my main account and I True Awaken Glaxinia, but the character you guys should definitely True Awaken is going to be Chad King. Now, I think the blue one, I would say, over the green one, at least at the moment. Actually, no, I think it would be the green one. I think it would be the green one. And the main reason why I say the green one actually over the blue is because we're talking mainly PvP, guys. Because if you want True Awakening, you're going for that extra 1000 CC and you're going for the damage resistance. So you would rather have the damage resistance on, you know, the Chad King you're using in PvP than the one that you're going to be using in PvE. I was thinking, you know, obviously blue Chad King is going to be really good in PvE. The damage resistance would definitely help him tank a lot better. But we're talking about, you know, when we're thinking True Awakening, one of the most important things is the damage resistance and the CC, right? So that's going to be what we want to think about when picking a character. And so I do think that this king has the most viability. Remember, he works with 7 Deadly Sins characters, he works with fairies, so depending on the metas that are available, he's going to be pretty universal in that sense of these two teams. And yeah, I mean, he's obviously very good creating the barrier. I don't know if the damage resistance from his True Awakening affects the barrier at all, guys. I don't think it does, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below if it does or not. But if it does, then that's obviously another bonus right there too. But yeah, I think overall, I think Fairy King is going to be one of those characters that, you know, the damage resistance will definitely help in PvP. And if you're running him on Sins team, he's on the meta Sins team, guys. I think either him, you have, what is it, Transcendent Bond, you have the Queen Diane, you have Infinity Merlin. Like, there's a lot of characters that kind of fit the Sins team right now. And yeah, he's definitely one of the better ones for that. So definitely my recommendation would be this Chad King. I think the honorable mentions from that point on, guys, would probably be LR Gloxinia, because he's part of the fairy team that, you know, wants to be you know, very, very relevant. Unfortunately, fairies are not the craziest teams right now. I do think that they are good, but they're not going to be touching any of the main meta teams. But I think that Gloxinia could be your next one you True Awaken, because if you are going to be running them at PvP, obviously, again, you want the CC, you want the damage resistance. That's going to be very, very important. So Gloxinia is probably my number 2, and then maybe Jelly King or Blue Chad King would be my number 3. It would depend, guys. So that's what I'd say for the fairy section. Now, moving on, we do have the goddesses. So goddesses is going to be kind of a toss-up here, right? We have a few characters that I could think you use it on. I think the most important character, though, to use it on would be Queen Elizabeth, right? Queen Elizabeth would be the most important character, and the main reason why, guys, is because she is the main DPS on the goddess team. Another thing as well with Queen Elizabeth is that she has the option of being used on other teams, right? That's another thing we look at when thinking about who we should True Awaken, is that characters that work alongside other characters in the game, especially like, you know, where Liz works with goddesses, humans, and 7 Deadly Sins characters, that gives you more viability to use her across all their teams when you have her True Awaken. Whereas, like, if I just said Mael, which I would recommend Mael, though, he is my number 2, but if I was to say just Mael, let's say, right, he's only for PvP and only on the goddess team, so you gotta kind of think about that, right? So that's why I do recommend Queen Elizabeth being the number 1, and yeah, she's obviously a very, very good character. The damage resistance is gonna help a ton on the goddess team as well, because, you know, they can't be stat lowered, right? You know, you have Mael on the team. He obviously makes it so that you cannot be stat lowered in PvP at all. So when you have all of that, plus you're running like LR Margaret, and you're building up a ton of basic stats, like that's obviously going to be very, very helpful too. And yeah, I mean, obviously more CC, guys, is going to definitely benefit the team, and you're going to do a lot better with that as well. So yeah, I mean, that would be, so my number 1 is Queen Elizabeth for goddess, and then I would say Mael, and then at that point, yeah, definitely LR Margaret or LR Elizabeth. It's really your choice from that point on. Again, you know, you would obviously focus the main PvP team. So like, let's say you are a whale and you have like a ton of True Awakening. You do Queen Liz, Mael, LR Margaret, Tristan, right? That would kind of be the setup, but it obviously depends. In this, though, guys, it is the priority. So we do Queen Elizabeth first, then Mael, then LR Margaret, and then from there, it's kind of just whoever you want to do, right? Depending on what's your setup. Now, moving on to the last race here, guys, we got the unknown race. Now, who should you True Awaken from the unknown race? This one's kind of tough, because there are a few characters that I think are worthy of the True Awakening. Now, the character that I would say right now is worth the True Awakening the most is going to be Infinity Merlin. And the main reason why is because she is a meta character on the Sins team in PvP right now. And guys, Sins team is one of the best teams in the game, right? After she got this holy relic right here where she gives basic stats to the Sins allies and also gives them damage reduction from the backline too, that is a character that definitely benefits from that 1k CC, so you're able to LCC other people. And the Sins team is a team that you need to go first with, so obviously having that extra CC is going to help you a lot. Now, let's say we're not thinking about the 7 Deadly Sins team right now, and we're thinking, you know, what about like a straight up unknown team? Like, who are we focusing on then? I think the main focus from the unknown team would be actually Hell. And you know, you guys might be wondering, why not Albedo Amazing? Why not, you know, Tyr, right? And the main recommendation for me when saying Hell is because Hell is a character that is just not going to be removed from the unknown team anytime soon, right? Like, she is super, super good. The source of pains on the enemy increase her all stats, right? The hero stats. She gets attack for every you know, applicable ally as well. You know what I mean? Like, she is definitely very, very good, and she's gonna benefit from that that damage resistance, because when they try and kill her and she has the revive, she's gonna be alive a lot longer. So I think Queen Hell is gonna be my number 1, or you would say Infinity Merlin, depending on the team you kind of, you know, prioritize, like either unknowns or Sins. And then from then on, guys, it's kind of up to you. I mean, you could do Nanashi for extra CC on him. You could do Albedo if you're running her still on the team. You could do Tyr. He's still like a really, really good character on the unknown team as well. So yeah, you have definitely a lot of options, but my main recommendations would be Queen Hell and then Infinity Merlin. You know, either or could be number 1. It depends on the team you value more, which I would say Sins is more valuable. So I actually would give it to Infinity Merlin in my opinion. But yeah, guys, I mean, that is going to be the priority list right there for the characters that you should be True Awakening. Because I know, you know, at this point in the game, it's been about 2 to 3 months since Melly's release now at this point. And so we've had enough time at this point to be able to collect enough True Awakening materials And those are the characters I would recommend you guys True Awaken, man. So I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let me know actually which characters you guys True Awaken first if you already did it before watching this video. Let me know in the comment section below. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next video, man. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.